the motivation to learn. So first of all, if you don't have any motivation to learn a language, let me tell you actually a quick story about myself so that you know that I'm not some random person. So you probably see a lot of videos popping up right now online about people speaking like language, this language or that language. I see a lot of people speaking Chinese. I would say the different thing about me, if you're curious, is that I'm actually Russian. I've been living in Korea for 6 years, and I've been living in Asia for about 10 years. So I speak Chinese, Korean. I'm fluent in those languages, and I also speak Japanese on an intermediate level. I would say maybe lower intermediate to be a little bit humble, but yeah, I have a lot to learn in Japanese to call myself fluent, maybe someday in the future. But I in total I speak 5 languages, and I'm very confident in a number of extremely complex languages. And when I say confident, it means that I can talk to anybody about pretty much anything. So I can approach people, I can talk about random conversation, like I can have random conversations, I can work in those languages. I actually have worked in both Korean and Chinese in companies. And yeah, so basically, this is a quick story about me. One thing I want to say is that Korean is more difficult than Chinese, in my personal opinion, as opposed to what many people think. And I don't think that Japanese is more difficult than Korean, and I don't think Japanese is more difficult than Chinese. So I think those languages are kind of equal. Anyways, enough about me. Just what can you take from this live stream? So today I want to talk to you about the motivation to learn. So like I said, I'm Russian. My first foreign language was English, and then I learned Chinese, then I learned Korean. Now I'm learning Japanese, right? And I've also helped a lot of people to learn those languages. So when I say helped people, well, I've coached people. When I just started, I have my YouTube channel had like 1,000 subscribers. I help people to become close to fluent by coaching them one on one for many, many hours. I've spent hundreds of hours with people one on one coaching them. I've hired a lot of teachers. I've managed a lot of programs. I've created a lot of programs. So people who went through my coaching programs, who learned from me directly or from my teachers, a lot of them learned the language. So my method works if you actually apply it, and also works for people who just learn languages that don't even speak. For example, Spanish, German, Italian, like any European language. And so the topic of this live stream is what if you don't feel motivated to learn? Because a lot of people, I think, this is a struggling point. So you kind of want to learn, but you don't feel motivated, right? So you want to learn, you have a goal, you're like, oh, it would be really awesome if I can speak this language someday. I can improve my dating life, my professional life, my charisma. I can become free. I can transform myself as a person. I can become smarter. I can improve my IQ. I can do all those things. I can travel all around the world. I can make people laugh, make people smile, shock people, and stuff like this, right? But there's something that just doesn't click for you, right? Like you're just like you feel like it makes sense for you, but you don't feel like motivated. Or even if you do feel motivated, you stop learning after like a couple of weeks. Does it relate to you? Like, drop the comments here in the live stream. Does it relate to you? Like, is this topic really something that you're relating with? The reason why I'm asking is because this is something that I've been thinking about for quite a lot of years, honestly. Like, I've been learning languages actively since 2009. And I would say consciously, right? Something that I took myself a conscious effort to do, and actually do it outside of curriculum of universities and schools. This was actually the very first thing that I did in 2009. I decided to learn languages, and I decided to give up gaming. At that time, I was actually kind of I like to play CS, Counter Strike. In Russia, it was pretty popular. It is still pretty popular. This is actually how I learned how to type in English. I couldn't speak English, but I could type in English because there was no Russian language in the chat. So you'd have to type Russian words with English keyboards. So this is how I became fluent in my first in English alphabet by typing. It's kind of nuts. Anyways, so the topic of this video is of this live stream is, what if you don't feel motivated to learn, right? What if you don't feel motivated to learn? You kind of feel it's on and off, on and off. Actually, the thing that inspired me to talk about this, just a quick story. My dad decided to learn Chinese. So my dad is like, I want to learn Chinese. I don't know why, and I want to learn Chinese. So he's in his 60s and he wants to learn Chinese. He's learning Chinese. And I'm like, wow. And so we were talking about it. And then I said, and he was like, I feel so inspired. I feel so motivated to learn. And then I was like, what if, okay, so, and he was like, I'm so motivated. And then I was like, you cannot learn a language all the time. Like, you cannot master the language and feel inspired all the time before you master the language, basically. I think I'm expressing myself in the kind of in complex way here, but it's like, let's say it takes like 3 years to like achieve a certain level, right? Like 1 year or 2 years. You cannot feel motivated all the time when you're learning the language. So all those hours when you open the textbook, when you open, I have the sponsor of this video is myself, our Victory AI app, download Victory AI, learn any language with Victory AI. This is something we've been working on. We're working on. It's already helping a lot of people to start speaking. So basically, it's something that you don't feel motivated to do every single day when you wake up, because it's work, because it's hard work. It's not watching YouTube. It's not watching reactions videos. It's actually hard work. Even if you're using very fun ways to learn, it's still hard work. Even if you're using input like consuming content, just adding words to your vocabulary list, it is still a hard work to add words to your vocabulary. So you don't really feel motivated and inspired to do this every single day. And guess what? You need to spend like hundreds of hours of dedicated effort before you even see like your first progress and like first type of couple things that you can do with this language. So for success, you can spend less than that. Don't get me wrong, less than a few hundred hours. Few hundred hours would be enough to achieve like a pretty good level. I mean, depends on the language, but what's really important here is that you like my advice of this live stream. If you take anything from this live stream, I cannot spend a lot of time because I'm waiting for my delivery. If you want to take a practical advice, don't the lack of motivation and inspiration in the moment shouldn't stop you from learning. I felt motivated for probably 30% of the time of me learning languages. When I was opening the textbook, the workbook, when I was opening like my Victory AI app, like something that I've been using to learn languages, when I was hopping on the call with my teacher, I don't really feel like doing it. Like recently, I've been learning Japanese a few hours a week. I really didn't feel like I just wanted to do it because there are a lot of work, like work-related things I need to do, fitness-related things. I want to travel. I want to go out. I want to, do certain things, and then I just don't want to learn. Like I don't want to sit and learn in this particular moment. But the greatness comes from the fact that you do things that you know that you need to do, but you don't feel like doing them. This is where the greatness comes from. I don't know where I heard this saying, but there is like a very good saying. You can drop it somewhere in the comments or somewhere. And this is why it is hard. Somebody asked, when does Android version comes? A lot of people, I mean, like if I open my comments, like everybody's like Android. Okay, guys, so let me tell you one thing. We will launch web version. Web version, it means websites. So everybody can use it. Even our existing users can just use it from their computer. And everybody who has Android, you can just use web version, and then we'll launch web version. The reason why is because we feel like it's an added value for the existing paying users, and we want to increase the value for the existing users as much as we can before we transition to the new platform. And we're still also improving the app. That's why we need to make it absolutely like the best of the best of the best in the world. So we're like launching grammar exercises now, grammar quiz and stuff. So it's going to be awesome. So somebody says, bro, love your videos, inspired to learn Japanese. I just don't know how to make time for it. Yeah, you just need to know that you need to kind of be really realistic with yourself. I wouldn't say the word harsh with yourself, but try to be realistic. What does it mean realistic? It means that you just be honest. Like if you don't make time for it, if you don't make time to learn Japanese, will you be able to speak it in 1 year from now, in 5 years from now? And be realistic about understanding that most people are in the same position as you. They're all like, man, I don't know. I kind of want to do it, but I don't know. Honestly, for those of you guys who never learned the language and you want to learn just one language, right? Or you learn the language and you want to learn one language, You literally have no excuse. Learning just one language. I mean, I've been like switching between so many, like between different languages. I've been switching between different languages. Like I still want need to work on my Chinese. I still need to work on my Korean. Um, am I the only humble person who says this? Like out of all the polyglots, you see, like learning never stops, guys. Like I say that I'm fluent, right? But I'm not native in those. I'm not a native, right? There are so many things I can learn. Like I've been living in Korea for 6 years. Every single time I see words I don't know. So I don't want you to be like to be thinking that I'm perfect, and don't think that anybody else is ever like some other person is perfect that you see online. But one thing I want to say, I don't want to be like a little bit like a hater here. But people who claim to speak like 10 plus languages, most of the languages that they claim to speak in, they're just like level is complete shit. Like you see them speaking, let's say Russian, and you're like, dude, why do you claim you speak like 15 plus languages if your Russian is like you make mistakes that people who learn Russian for 2 months would make, you know? It's like it's like really bad. It's like the grammar is like completely off, right? Like I don't want to be harsh as a native Russian speaker. Like everybody makes mistakes, but I just really kind of don't like people who claim to speak like 10 plus languages personally. Like don't really relate to them. And I honestly call them fake polyglots because if you say that you speak 10 or like you're in the process of learning like 15 languages, right? Like what the hell are you saying? Like process of learning 15 languages. So you mean like you learn languages like 2 languages a day, like 1 hour or like 2 hours, like forever. Like what the hell is even that? You know, it's just like it doesn't make sense. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I speak languages from 5 different language groups. For those of you who know what it means, is it's quite a lot. So first of all, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, these are the world's hardest languages for Westerners or European or English speakers. So I speak all three. And I'm a Russian, and I'm speaking English too, right? Like I have actually I have YouTube channel in 2 languages too. And the thing is that like for me, I would be so much better in speaking just Korean only if I wouldn't be learning like Chinese and Japanese, right? Or I would be so much better in just one language, like even English. Like I have accent in English, right? So what if I go to an English speaking country, I actually dedicate myself to just perfecting my English, right? It's not perfect, right? You can hear my accent, but I could have become so much better in it if it wasn't for me learning like all those other languages. Now imagine the level of those polyglots, quote unquote, that they claim that they speak like 14 languages. What's their level of those given languages? The language that I understand and I hear, it's basically just at best it's like an upper beginner, you know. But to get upper beginner, you can study for like 2 months. So what's the meaning of like being upper beginner in like 10 languages? You know, some of them are intermediate, but like how many? You know, like two. You know. Um. Anyway, but I'm not trying to look down on anybody. I'm just trying to tell you that don't expect yourself to be actually fluent if you learn multiple languages. I see a lot of our users. We have 100K downloads on our app, Victory app. I don't want you guys to just like I don't want to call you out, but like I know all of you guys just switching languages all the time. Like it's not effective at all. Believe me, focus on one language. I'm learning Japanese right now, and I'm like, dude, I wish I would be learning just one language and not be just the guy who speaks 5 languages sometimes. Like I really think of that, but it's something that I didn't plan. I actually planned only speak. I planned only to learn Chinese. That's it. I plan to learn English and Chinese. That would be enough for me. That is something that I probably should have done. But the reason why I didn't is because I just loved Korea so much. I'm like, oh shit, like if I want to live here, I have to learn Korean. And Japanese is it's like I really love Japanese culture, so I couldn't resist myself. But then at some point I'll be like I was like, I need to stop. Somebody asked me like, do you want to learn Tagalog? Do you want to learn Spanish? I'm like, I don't want, first of all, it's not my marketing strategy to be like throwing like speak 14 languages in like say 3 sentences in those and like do freaking hundreds of cuts on the video and like being like, hey, I'm this new polyglot who speaks like hyper polyglot, how they say, you know. I don't want to do that. But it's like on the other hand, I'm like, I limit my languages, but I want to tell you, I sacrifice a lot of like learning in those languages because I spread myself. You know, like I could be the levels that I could have gotten in some of the things that I but it's like at some point you're like, do I really am I really interested in doing this particular thing, right? So you learn till some point and you're like, that's enough, probably for some of you, you know. So Japanese is really hard to learn, guys. I just want to tell you, like, from this live stream. So first of all, yeah, I kind of, I wouldn't say like I really like people who claim that they speak 10 plus languages. But I don't want you to hear it as an ego thing. And the reason why is because I just want to tell you, like, my level of the language that I speak is not where I want it to be. You know, like I want it to be higher. I want it to be better. You know, and the reason why I feel like I'm not perfect in a lot of things is exactly because of because I learned multiple languages. I honestly like I speak like I really speak those like don't get me dude. I speak Japanese 4 hours a week, 3 to 4 hours a week, nonstop. Just like all my Japanese classes I have with the teacher only in Japanese. I actually speak. I'm not perfect. I'm not fluent. I'm like low. Let's call low intermediate. However you want to call me, but I can do like I can. Let's say I can go on a date with like I can do things in Japanese. I can actually go out and talk to people. You know. But what I want to tell you is that I really envy people who just like focused on one language for the whole life and they just became like native in it, you know? So for those of you who just follow like a bunch of people, I'd recommend you just like unfollow people who speak 10 plus languages and follow people. I'm not saying like literally unfollow, like press the follow button. It's like in your mind, follow people who speak one language to perfection. Perfection, you know? Somebody will be like, but why should I watch your videos? Well, um, I don't know, but I'm like in the middle. You know, I'm not like a hyper polyglot, and I'm not like the person who learned just one language. But I want to tell you, like, learning Korean after learning Chinese to the fluent level, this is something that you wouldn't see. Like, there is no Russian who speaks Korean and Chinese fluently. You can send me the link to this video, but there is no Russian in the whole planet who speaks English, Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. No, like nobody. There is nobody like this. And there is nobody who's fluent in Russian, Chinese, and Korean. Like I've never seen anybody like this in real life. Although everybody says, "Oh, like there's so many people now. Oh, you're this, you're that. Oh, you're copy that guy. Oh, you're copy this guy." I'm like, wait a second, bro. I started vlogging in 2017. Oh no, sorry, in 2016. And in 2017, I started vlogging in Chinese. And you tell me I copied somebody, although I'm Russian who speaks completely like languages who you wouldn't see normally Russians speak. It's like I don't I anyways, enough about me. The topic of this live stream is that don't lose motivation to even if you lose motivation to learn, you still need to keep learning. If you feel like you don't have motivation to start learning, you just need to understand that if you start learning, sorry, if you don't start learning, you'll be the same person 1 year from now. There will be no self-development. Whatever you're doing, like you're doing fitness goals, you want a 4 pack, 6 pack, whatever you want to do, just remember you have two choices. You're either the elite player or you're everybody else, right? The elite player, if you want to become an elite player, you need to do what elite players do. If you want to become everybody else, you just can't just be everybody else. It's up to you. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I myself make choices that I'm like, oh shit, like I did the choice like I'm everybody else, right? But then I just fix it and I just like, if sometimes it takes me like 10 years to understand, you know. Some things that I'm learning now, I'm like, oh man, I wish I learned it like 5 years ago. So I'm not perfect in this. I'm just sharing what I learned. Somebody says it's a very true phenomenon. Most of the times, those claims are so obvious, even to non-polyglots. Real polyglots commonly don't even like to say number self. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger effect. Um, um, yeah. Korean food is the best. Somebody asked. I tell you, like, I'm on Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. Korean is the best, and I'm not telling about the taste. I'm telling also about the. I would say about being like healthy. My Chinese. Okay, so somebody says Korean version for Chinese. What do you actually like? Do you want to learn in Korean? If you want to learn Chinese in Korean, you can download my app. We have like our you can use Victor AI app completely in Korean and learn any language in Korean. If you want to use Korean to learn Chinese, if you want a Korean course like coaching, I do have it. You can go to victortalking.com, download my free guide, and just start from there. There are like courses. I don't advertise my coaching these days, guys. I'm focused on the app, as you noticed. So we want to create like a platform where we're creating the website where you'll be able to upgrade to coaching if you want. For some of you, if you want it, but I'm not actively. Actually, I've been coaching for years. I stopped coaching like myself, having classes with people. I just stopped doing it like 1 year ago. I was announcing it on my email list. I was like, I'm stopping, just like your last chance to enroll to my coaching. It actually stopped. So it wasn't for marketing. I actually stopped coaching myself, you know. I heard teachers who do it better. I wouldn't say better than I was really good with coaching people, like teaching them how to learn. But native is a native, right? Like if a native teacher teaches you pronunciation, native is always better than me, right? I'm better than native because I can teach you my techniques on how to master the certain things, like master the language, and I can give you the structure and I'll explain to you the best way. But the native is the best in terms of you just soaking in the perfect pronunciation, you know. This is why I'm the big fan of immersion classes. So I'm waiting for just a second. Let me see whether. Let me see. Just a second. 자기야 그 배달 아직 완료 안 됐어? 어. I'm just waiting for like delivery and stuff. Um, guys, let me just read through a couple of comments here. So one quick update. So my friend Dave, who is a co-founder of Victory AI, he is coming to Seoul tomorrow. So I'll meet him and I'll also have a live with him. And so just a quick update for you guys. And you know, like I have like the people who are coached on my program, Korean and Chinese, we just like I like back in the day I would meet everybody, you know. I would like the person would come, I would buy them coffee, I would buy them food. Like I'm pretty if you come like to Korea, I'm really happy to meet if I coached you at some point, you know. I with Felix on my Korean program, he helped me with shooting videos, so me and Dave and Felix we're gonna meet together and we're gonna shoot videos together and yeah, this is really good. You know, the best people I've ever met in my whole life, I met through through my coaching programs. So basically, people would come to my coaching program, and they would be like really interesting people. Like some people worked in like big companies like Facebook, Amazon, or just really interesting like business owners, or just some people who are like really successful in what they do. And I would learn a lot from them as well, and we would just make friends. I would make friends with them, you know, and this is how I just discovered the best people through actually through this channel, you know, through this channel, through Victory Talking channel. It's kind of crazy, like you build something, and then this thing that you built, it kind of saves you in life or helps you, you know. So I would say, actually, the reason why could stay in Korea is because of this channel. It's because of the Victory Talking channel. This channel saved me, literally saved me. This channel saved me when it had like 1,300 subscribers. This channel saved me literally. Like I'm so grateful to this channel, man. Like, but I guess so many people who followed me back then, they're not really active here, but I'm really grateful to this channel. I don't know why the hell did I start talking about this, but something triggered. Oh yeah, right. Because I met the best people from actually from here, you know, from my audience, from my clientele, people who became my clients. Some of the people who became my clients, they became my friends. Somebody says, Ayman, I've been watching you for more than 2 years. Always love your content. Excited to try your app whenever we launch it on Android. Yeah. I'm well launching the website, man. So you can try it on the website. It's pretty convenient still. Though it's like it's the same. It's just a browser, you know. What's better, Korean and Chinese? Your Korean and Chinese? Um. So let me tell you this. I learned Chinese. Like I learned a lot of Chinese in the correct way, and I learned Korean because I had to, like a lot of Korean because I had to. I would say like I'm fluent in both of them, right? So when I'm saying fluent, I like you wouldn't really see what I'm lacking when if I speak the language. And but there is like in Korean I have a lack of vocabulary, right? I don't want to really be talking about it. Like my level, don't get me wrong, my level is really good. Like I can really work in Korean. I was working in Korean companies for 2 years. My level is really good in Korean, but lack of vocabulary. Like I'm still need to learn. If you ask me, I know all the grammar from the language, but I need to learn more words. Sometimes I'm just like, what is this thing? Like I can't even guess. For Chinese, I would say people who know like kind of both and who know me, they're like your Chinese vocabulary is better. So to answer this question, I feel like my Chinese vocabulary knowledge could be better, but my Korean is more natural because I've been living in Korea for 6 years. And Chinese, I mean, dude, I left China 6 years ago. What do you expect from me? I don't speak this language every day. Actually, funny enough, like I only speak Chinese when I shoot videos. Isn't that funny? This is how actually a lot of, but yeah, I learned both. I'm still actively, I'm learning Japanese right now. So, and then once I'm learning I achieve like N2, N1 in Japanese, I'll get back to Chinese again, and then I'll recircle back to Korean again. So I'll basically be learning those languages for the rest of my life, right? So I won't be taking new ones. What language do you think in? So what language do? Honestly, I don't even know. I think if you ask me like, so I definitely, so I had a point where I started thinking a little bit in Chinese, just like simple thoughts when I was in China. But right now I'm thinking in I would say Russian English would be the majority, and then Korean would be like simple things. Maybe like Korean, Russian, but it's yeah. But I dream in those. Dude, I see dreams. I speak Korean in my dreams, and Japanese. It's really interesting. For those of you guys who are seeing, you're like, oh my god, this guy speaks so well. Remember, nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even you see like the best of the best polyglots you can mention here who mastered one language. I like if I speak, I can hear your accent. Like nobody's perfect. This should motivate you. You can become really good. You don't have to be talented. And it's like people call me talented, but I'm like, really? I mean, I do have some certain like I think I developed what like some kind of a talent, but I would say there are people who have never been to any English speaking country, but they speak English with no accent. My English has accent. To some people, it sounds like a strong accent. And if you call me talented, then the question is why do I have an accent? you know it's like this is like if I'm talented, like what exactly am I talented in? But I do know like people who know like Chinese and Korean, and they look at me, they're like, you always, one thing that people give me feedback on is that I do have above average pronunciation in the language that I speak. So it's not perfect, but it's above average. I would say even sometimes much above average if I speak like for a long time, but never it is perfect, man. Like it's like fitness. Like let's say you don't do muscle ups for like 2 years. Would you be perfect in that? It's not something that you mastering is always you always keep like in your. It's not like you buy a computer and you always keep it. It changes. It's like it's an active process. You can become close to native if you spend like years of living and then only speaking, only learning this language. You can become most of native, close to native. um How important do you think having a good accent is? Since when I learned language, I tried the best sound like a native. Lots of people don't seem to care that much. Oh, sorry guys, a delivery just came in. I need to go. Um, just do your best with the accent, but don't be stressed about it. Like don't stress yourself about it. Right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I wish I would spend more time, but I need to eat now. And